and let us discuss more about it. So let's go. So the most of the agenda, it will be about like understanding what a science is, and like step by step transition towards data science, and how important is data structures and algorithms, and hiring in data science, how it happens. So, and the most important part that all of you in this team right now, I know that you're all going through many of things like AI, ML, data science. Many people will be using jargons to you, will be talking about many things about data science. And please keep for a while, just keep things aside, all the knowledge that you have. I know that, but let's go deep into reality, what it is about. So let's understand what is the importance of data science first. How this importance, like how this data science evolved or how it is. So like from the name itself, right? The data science, it means, yep, the important feature in this is like data, right? Data is one of the most important feature of every organizations because it helps business leaders to make decisions based on facts and statistical trends and patterns. So if you see here, right, if you see or a company, people, they have a ocean of data. So they don't know what to do with that. So there is so much of data, like what they should they store it or should they throw it? Nothing, they don't. So they don't understand what is the importance. So then at that moment, the big data came into picture. Now, what is big data about? Big data is a combination of structured and semi-structured and unstructured data, which has been collected by organizations that can be mined for information and used in machine learning projects and predictive modeling and other advanced analytics platforms. So this is the one like which helps you to store the data in a well structured manner, and like is an easy way, an efficient way of using a data to store. So big data came into picture that time. And once it came to picture, all the companies are like happy right now. Like data is there, everything is there. Now next thinking came, that is, I have stored the data right now, but I have put a lot of investment in like storing the data, right? I have put like Azure cloud has been there, AWS cloud is there, many clouds are there. So they have been putting money to store this data, but with data, what will they do? That's the next question. When it came, that's the time that data scientists are coming in. So you're saying like if I want answers about, you want to derive some insights or you want some decisions to be made from the data, at that moment, data science comes into picture. So now let's understand what is the data science and all the stuffs and all, right? So to be very specific about the like what is data science, if you see, we can see in Wikipedia and all, right, the definitions. That is, data science is an interdisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, process, algorithms, and system to extract knowledge and insights from many structured and unstructured data. But to a very simple way of saying is, it is just a simple method or a process by which we can extract unknown facts or information from data. So if you see data science, it's like a mixture of many things. It involves algorithms, machine learning, statistics, data analysis. Also, it's just not a one specific field. Like we have Java, we will code it in Java and everything. We have some data structures, we have some algorithms. So we just code it. It's not about just that. It's not about just about coding. It's about many things. That is, statistics is involved, maths is involved, data analysis is involved, algorithms, coding, machine learning, everything. So in very simple way, what is a data scientist? If someone asks, or some you should be able to understand this, a data scientist is a person who is better at statistics than any programmer and better at programming than any statistician. To be very frank, data scientists is actually being called for statisticians. But how these computer engineers, coding, every people started coming into this data scientist field or data science field is very simple way, that is programming. When the start of deployment, machine learning, scalability, and everything came into picture, that is the moment when programming came into picture. So, so like a very simple example that I will take right now is data science application is like real world, right? Netflix. We all have been using Netflix and everything. It has been said that one of the best recommender system they have created. And if you see the Facebook also give you recommendations of friends and everything, all the advertisements and everything. If you see the YouTube, how much advertisement you get, somewhere like you would have seen that some relevance is there. Whatever you search, you are able to see there, right? So actually it's very simple. It's a recommendation system. Like recommendation system is very simple. It's created on the past data of yours. Whatever you are browsing, whatever you are doing, everything is been easily structured, either created structured data, and they have stored it, and they're just using that data to give you a personalized user experience. Guys, it's very simple. If you search in Google search, you just go and Google search, you type anything, or like you're searching about data science or something you're searching. I'm telling you, if you see in Facebook, you can see some relevant data or something relevant post towards data science. Or you can even see in YouTube, they will be giving some courses, like some courses are providing data science, some advertisements will be coming. These all the datas are being really captured everywhere. Google shares the data to Facebook, Facebook shares the data to YouTube. This is all interconnected. Your data is moving everywhere. To be very frank, I just had a talk like with a book my show data scientist. I got a great opportunity to talk with her. So it was very funny to say, but actually the way they use our data is very simple. The thing when we go to websites and everything, our cookies are there, right? These cookies are being used to understand how we browse the data, how we browse the internet, and how what are things we search, everything. They know everything about you, what you're searching, what you're not searching. Even if you go to any of the site, they will be asking for cookies to get an access to your cookies to give you a user experience. It's very simple, guys. They are just trying to, or like I will say, your data science is very simple. They are collecting your data, and from your data, they will give you your personalized recommendations and everything. To be very frank, right now I was working on a project that was a use case for my airport client, that is my Bangalore International Airport. It's a duty free shop. So what was the use case was, what are the combos that we can give to the travelers so that they can increase their what we say average transaction values. So if you see most of the times, if I tell you, the Johnny Walker is the most liquor that sells there. So with the Johnny Walker liquor, what else I can give them that they are forced to take that, so that their average transaction value increases. So these types of combos we create. So these are recommendations, and it's pure metrics factorization is the background behind it. Matrix factors, I know in first year, second year, we all learn about it. So the importance comes here, guys. It's very simple. Matrix factorization is the basic fundamental of this recommendation engine. So, guys, let's be very frank, and just if you are like really interested in data science and you want to go ahead, you want to transition towards data science, because just BTech is not data science. Yes, you learn programming, you understand all the fundamentals, you learn how to scalability and everything, but there are much more things also to learn. So data scientists, I will say in very simple way, they have a multiple hats to wear. They will be doing many stuffs. They will be doing analysis, very simple, which involves statistics. They will be doing coding. Of course, they will be like cleaning of data will be happening, model building will be happening. So they are doing codings. They are also doing like presentations, like MBA guys to the client. They have to make them understand what the things are. So they have like multiple hats they wear. So let's start like, what are the first step towards data science? So I will say in very simple way, Python and R, make it your friends. That's the best thing. You make Python and R friends, it will be very easy for you. Because Python and R is why I'm saying Python and R, like in Java also you can build models. It's not like you can't build in Java. Python and R is so important, or like I will say, they have a lot of libraries to it's a ease for you. Like if I say you want to code, like I just read one of the papers, it was saying that in Java, if you want to build a model, it says 200 lines are required, and if you compare with Python, it's just 20-30 lines. So it's very easy, and it's very easy to learn too. And then it comes is mathematics. It's a very fun part that everyone hates mathematics, most of the people. But guys, I am telling you, keep this in mind. If you're going into core work, core background, core work, and somewhere or else mathematics will be involved in engineering, core engineering, I'm saying. So when it goes in mathematics and data science is important, is just because if I say in very simple way, some linear algebra is there, calculus is there. So these all the things like derivatives and everything, all the algorithms that we use, right? Machine learning, let it be anyone, like anyone, there is a basics of max is behind it. If very simple way, like I just told right now for about Netflix, right? So how is Netflix that recommendation, like Amazon, they all are doing this, right? Recommendations and everything. The basic fundamental is matrix factorization, guys. It's basic fundamental. And even when I go in some detail, if I still you, if you remember cosine value and all, if you remember, like we learned about cosine, these cosine values are being used to find the similarity between items. So these are all mathematics behind. So you, when you start to like learn and stuff, you can easily compare with mathematics. And to be very simple, like if you remember y equal to mx plus c, so we learned this. We used to know like x is there, just put a line, and then just corresponding y value we get it. But guys, the importance of that we start to know is when we compare these models with the real lives. Like y means predictions, x means dependent values, and c are like c is an intersector, and everything is there. There are many things that you can combine with the real life. Then is our statistics. Why I'm talking about statistics is we have learned mean, we have learned mode, we have learned learned median, we know about everything. But with these three things, I'm telling we can do a lot of things, a lot of analysis in a data. But to going ahead, I will say like Twitter sentiment analysis, like sentiment analysis is there, right? The basic foundation of sentiment analysis, Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem is the statistics part. Then it comes to p-value. If you remember, we have learned this mathematics in p-value, right? If you remember, like in second year, third year, I guess for me it was like that. Like we had learned about p-value, probability distributive function, z-score. We used to do these all things we use in data analysis just in the first step, that is feature like exploration of data analysis. We do it this in the first steps itself. These things are required. We should understand what does it mean. Of course our teachers won't be teaching you these things because there are some limitations for them also. So it's very much important that you are taking a step, going to Google, search about it, learn about it, check with the real life how it is applied, these statistics how it is applied in real life, p-value how it is being applied in real world. You have to go ahead and learn by Google search or asking people who are experienced. That like, you have to put an effort to learn, understand each algorithm, whatever it is. You have to put a step. So like statistics also is same thing. We have learned everything, we know everything: mean, mode, median, p-value, probability distribution functions, cumulative functions, linear regression. We know everything, but we have never ever tried to understand how these things are applied in real world. But when we start to understand that in real world, that's the time you are really going to be transition, like have a transition towards an engineer. Now, fourth part, that is Kaggle computation. Why Kaggle computation is important for you for a transition toward data science is just because Kaggle computation gives a lot of data sets to you. Whatever you learn, that's Python, mathematics, statistics, whatever you're learning, this everything you can experiment your knowledge in Kaggle. So Kaggle is a one platform that allows you to do, it's a competitive platform like CodeChef and everything, where you are doing data science work more and you compete with people for data science. So where you learn a lot. So data is the biggest thing, right? We see, if I'm working for, like if I want to get a domain knowledge about airport, I should have a data from airport, right? But it's not easy to get an airport. Right now I was talking to Anil sir and he was saying about Kochi data. So Kochi, we are getting that metro data of computer vision data from the camera. It's not easy that they won't be giving these data to everyone. So that you should be able to understand that importance. So these data is not the pure data you will be getting, but of course they will be getting good amount of data specific about it. So please, so the Kaggle competitions are like you can go into it, learn about it, and try and try to experiment all your learnings about Python, R, mathematics, science, everything in Kaggle competitions. Then about why presentation skills. So presentation skills I wrote is very simple way I want to say is storytelling. You should be able to tell whatever you're learning. You should have a good language. Why I'm saying good language is, or like I will say good speaking, I will say like usually good spoken English I can say. It's just because whatever you're creating models, right? Even if like if we take my I will my experience, like whatever model I'm creating, some linear regression model, decision model, decision tree models, and whatever neural networks I'm creating. If I'm creating this, I am giving some business values, right? I will doing something and I will getting some output which will be useful to whom? To the business. To the business people will be there, and the business people won't be understanding these things. What is these models? What are these linear regression? What is this neural networks? And so you should be able to make them understand in layman's language to them that what are these things, like in a story way. You should be able to, if you remember some of the interviews itself, they will ask you, okay, linear regression, tell me, if you have a kid in front of you, 4 years old, how will you explain him? These are the interview questions you can face. So these are like testing your storytelling skills. So this is also important. So now, next, how important is data structures and algorithm? Guys, um, you should be right now, like I'm telling you, you should be able to crack these things, data structures and algorithms, because if you're aiming top 5 to 10 companies in this world and you want to be in a, like, earning a lot, you should be able to crack data structures and algorithms. You should be able to understand each and every bit of it. Just because it's, each company wants a person who is able to write a code efficiently, that is using array, list, memory allocation, or whatever it is. You should be able to write a neat code. So what happens, each company, data science, this data science is a different part, it's a whole thing. I will say data structures will be 10% or 20%, but the efficiency of the way you're writing the code, how you're optimizing the code, this everything. And like when you optimize, like you're when you're deploying your code in the production, these things matters a lot. Efficiency of the code, how you optimize this and everything. If a very simple way of, I would tell, like Google and Amazon. How is Google and Amazon? If you see, when you're searching in Google, in a milliseconds you will get the whatever you queried, right? Whatever keywords you put, you will get the result. How it is, they have optimized the code behind it. They are putting in code, like if I say about Amazon, the recommendations, within a second you will get a good recommendations. How it is, this all the algorithms, whatever we learn, right? We have many recommendation engines we can find in online, many research paper, but Amazon has its own recommendation engines. The engineers there, or the data scientists they have, they write code in such a way, so, or like efficient way, that it runs so fast. So it's very much important. And very specific for me itself, yesterday only I had a coding round. That is, my first round itself is coding for any of the, like, data science, whatever you are. But wherever company you, let it be a software developer, let it be any engineering platform, you're going for computer science related, I'm telling you, first round you have to crack data structures and algorithms in best way. So now let's understand what is the importance, or like how is the hiring in data science and everything happens, and how the things goes around. Guys, when hiring happens in really, in reality, how is this, like right now in 2019? Oh, actually all the companies, like I'm not talking about the top companies, that is Google, Amazon and everything, I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking to other companies which are trying to develop their data science team and all. So the people right now in 2019, the people we're hiring was like 5+ years of experience with PhD, 10 years of experience with PhDs or masters. So they're taking bigger people. It's just reason is because they want to set up the team. So they have been setting up the team of analytics in most of the companies right now. Now it's a great opportunity for you all. That is, they will be doing that, like taking as a junior data scientist. They will be planning to take people as interns and converting them into jobs. So guys, it's your responsible now to find the companies, proper companies. Like many companies will be there in internshala. I'm telling you, internshala, my, if I tell my experience, as my first experience was internshala, I got an opportunity for junior data scientist role. So I gave it. So what they do is they give you an assignment. That is, so these things come into practice. Like in fourth year, I learned these data science skills in my fourth year end. So what this helped me is, I when I started to apply for internshala, I could show them some of the skills that I created, some of the POCs, that is proof of concepts, or some of the applications that I created using data science, that I put in internshala. I made a good portfolio. So what happens is, when they see these things and they call you, once they call you, it's very simple. They give you a first assignment, is a Kaggle competitions kind of stuff. That is, one data set will be given to you, give you some task or problem statements to you, and you have to sit and do within 2 days. So if you should have a practice of data analysis and proper things. So once you're done with that, then they call for some second to three, 2 to 3 rounds will be there. So for these basic things, you should be starting right now itself. About like if you're planning to get into data science, AI, ML, and all stuff, you should have a prior some experience about it, how to implement it, how to play around with data, like how data can be molded according to you to get an insight. So it's in your hands how you're going to use it. So that's the most important, and I'm telling you guys who are like second year people, I don't know, like second year students are there, third year students are there, fourth years people right now have to start to look for their jobs. Or like if they're not getting a job into data, I'm telling you, start with interns. Interns are get converted into permanent jobs, because it's easy for them to convert interns to permanent job than rather than hiring some people. So try to get good interns in some job. And like good companies they hire, actually Microsoft and all, I still remember they are good, they are hiring interns in data science field. But there is also restrictions. Okay, I will tell you, it's very simple. First they look for the colleges, college name. It's fine, we don't want to see the college. Okay, IIT, NIT, we don't want to look. Then it comes is your profile. You do have a GitHub. If you have a GitHub, put good codes into it. What are data science work you have done, put it into your GitHub. Then is Kaggle competition. Get good ranks in that. It's not that tough. If you're working with your statistics, max, and everything, and all the machine learning concepts, it's very easy to get a good rank in Kaggle. You just try to build a portfolio in that, and then just apply and do the coding stuff. Yes, coding data structures, you should be able to show them that I am also good in data structures. They will really call you and have a good interview, I'm seriously saying. Because right now itself, one of my friend, so he got in Microsoft as an intern. He did his masters. First of all, he did his masters, and after that he got an intern. So he also followed the same thing. He was doing data structures, coding stuff and all. He did Kaggle competitions, and everything was good, and they were happy. In first round itself, he was asked about linked list, stack, queue, and all, which is not even required for data science right now. But then also there is some importance for that. Then of course I will say is the most important part is networking. Guys, try to network with as many people as you can. Go for competitions, go for hackathons, meet people, try to talk with people. Don't be shy in talking to people. Learn from them, talk to them, get good understanding with them, take their numbers, have regular chats, do ask some questions about concerns. Because I'm telling you, startup culture, I'm saying, if a person you're talking to some good of startup culture people, they will be always loving to help you all. So try to get with them, talk to them, network about it, network, so they can easily help you in somewhere, like some interns, or like get some internships, or like getting some job. Of course network, because I'm telling you, job referrals, even tell you, like normally, like if you apply in some websites and all, right, more than that, hiring opportunities or like possibilities will be when you get some referrals in companies. So try to network as much as possible. Then these are the few things that you should really understand when it comes to AI, ML, data science, and everything. There is always an hype created about these things, that the 21st century 60th job. Then like people will be getting paid like hell and everything. Guys, these things are like some myths, I feel. It the factor depends on the company which you are getting into. Like if you get into Google and all, guys, in fresher itself, I can 20-30 lakh package you can get easily. And then and if you're getting the same thing for same post, like Mu Sigma is there, which purely work on data analytics platform. They are decision scientists, but the freshers get there is 3.4 to 4 lakhs. But there are companies also which pay 8 to 9 lakhs. So it's like, if I say if average, it goes to 8 to 9 lakhs it goes. And then it comes is like, it depends on how much knowledge you have, and all the things, how much you're going you through all the Kaggle competitions or coding. This all things matters for your interview aspect, and even for your money and everything. Then factors a fear of failing. Guys, if you have a fear of failing always, data science and ML part and everything, these are the stuffs which are always being like changing and learning things, new things. You have to always try out some models. You will fail, again make it, then again you will fail. So this is all matter, like you have to try out many times. then you get a good model, because which you have to be explaining to you should be like impacting the business too. So it's not like one task that you just coded something, you got an output or screen and you're happy. It's not like that. You have to create a lot of models, you have to try out many models, you have to do feature engineering, like you have to select a lot of variables which are important to you. So you have to go through many of trial and error methods, then only you get it. So if you have more like having even one task, I will do that, and just I showed some output and you are happy, this is not going to work in data science. You have to be like, it's not like something like what we say like 9 hours of job. It's 9 hours job, you complete it, but you should make sense, like you have to bring some insights from the data you have. You're given, to be very frank, like in some companies, like even for us, they have been giving data to us. They give data, they tell, what can you tell from this data, what is the output comes from this data, what are the business values that you can add from data. They may give you problem statement, this is the problem statement, please give me a solution. These are the things that are asked to a data scientist. It's not a task that has been given to you and just giving an output is fine. It's not only just that, you have to add business values to it. Then, of course, I will say that maths and statistics, which I am saying is just because it's a this base foundation for you. It's not that you should be expert or you should be geek in this. It's not that, like you should be able to just understand these concepts. If you're able to understand each concepts and everything, because calculations you don't want to write in paper and pen, because everything is available in, like in Google itself. You can just Google about this thing, you will get that code for the calculation, and you can do it. But the most important part is how you're understanding each concepts, let it be p value or also how it is being used. You should be able to understand that. Then it comes is of course coding. Coding is just because I'm saying, as I told about data structures, I told it. But one more thing is that you should be a good Google searcher. I will say one more thing, like if you're not good at coding also, and then also, but you should be able to use good proper keywords and everything, and you should be able to search in Google, go to Stack Overflow, have patience, go through many Stack Overflow, get a good piece of code and optimize code. You should be able to do that. You should have good patience for that. You should be able to Google search, because everyone does that. I don't, so maybe experts or superheroes will be there, but everyone goes to Stack Overflow. If you get some errors, go to Stack Overflow, search about it, understand what where you went wrong. So you can Google search about it and do it. Just these things you should be always, you should be keeping in mind. And next, it's very simple, being updated. And right now, like if there are packages in libraries, right, sklearn is there and every stuff is there, but tomorrow which package will be there, like, they will always be changing. Right now, if you see auto ml has been started. Right now some of the auto ml packages have started, so people are starting using auto ml packages. If you whatever, like to be tensorflow or whatever, each and every day some packages will be, they will be updating. And we can't think like it's dynamic. I feel like AI data science is evolving like hell, because these things were in 90s also, but the importance and everything started to come right now in like 2014 13 something sometime. So it's very, right now it's like many researches are going on, many things are like it's going to be very dynamic. So you should always be dynamic in updating yourself, learning is very much important. So that's one thing that you should always be keeping in your mind. And then then of course one thing I will always be saying is, never ever lose hope, never give up, just learn, because learning in this field, like let it be any field, I will tell you, you have to learn each and every day. You have to learn each and every day new things. It's just because being updated, it's very simple, you will be always be required in the market. If your gets out of like, if I say in the COVID situation itself, I can say, I'm not saying that data science jobs are not going, they are going, but compared to others, because right now all the companies have started to thinking about automation. All are thinking about automation just because this is like they seeing this opportunity right now in the COVID situations and everything. They have been seeing a lot of possibilities in AI, ML, and data science and everything. So they will be going for automation. So it's right time for you to learn everything. Like even this lockdown period, how many people, I don't know, students have been used this opportunity to learn, understand all the concepts that are going on, the new technologies that are coming in. Because college curriculum, we have some limitations to some stuff, but you have to always keep updated in new technologies. So you have to do, because BTech degree also is required somewhere. So but these skills are also required, so you should be parallelly learning, updating yourself always. And at the end, I will just say thank you. And the most important part right now is I want some discussions from your side, some questions or something that you have. So I just want to hear that things and then have some discussion in proper way. So anyone, any questions that you want to ask or something that we can talk about? Uh, so no questions for anyone. No one is planning for transition to data science.
Sir, I have a question.
Don't call me sir, call me Aatmaj, please.
Okay. Which all sites did you use for learning the courses related to data science? Was it just Internshala or did you access any other website?
Okay, that's a good question. The internshala is for what, to get internships. There is no courses are provided. There are courses provided, but it's not so good. What I, because I was also an internshala student partner, so I know about it. So, so to be very frank, you can go through Coursera. Coursera is one of the best thing like that of our Andrew NG course. So they have been giving, because Andrew NG is he's like we say like father of machine learning somewhere for us, like for the new youth people, because we are all learning from him. So Andrew Ng course, if you go Coursera, you can just type machine learning or deep learning.ai. So Andrew Ng course is there. So they are been providing is a specific about the mathematics. He's providing the practical like practical implementation also, and also the mathematical importance. He's covering everything, because if you see other courses, then there are many, like Udacity is there and everything is there. They only cover the like how to use the packages and every stuff. They don't never tell you about the background, what are the mathematics has been used, what are the things behind it, what's the basic foundation. So best is Coursera. Go into that, get the certification. Actually, I guess there will be some offers for you also. And in YouTube, I'm telling you, in YouTube there are many good people who are taking classes online. So they are so, and it's for free, and they're very good at it. There are some like Chris Naik is there. He's a good guy, and there are many YouTube channels. There you can follow them to understand the basics. Because when you go through it, you will understand like when you start implementing it, only you will understand what is the importance of data science and how it is being changing the world. That's the thing. I hope you
Okay,
answered your
okay, thank
question,
you.
Sangeeta. If you want
Yeah,
some links,
yeah.
I will just share to Anil sir or in my IDC group something.
Okay, okay, yeah, that would be nice.
Sure, sure.